Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm just going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to do a new moon in Aquarius reading. I've done new moon readings before, but I'm going to use a tarot spread. I haven't used a spread in a long time, but I looked one up online and just felt like there needed to be a little bit of structure to this plan, the way that we are going to use the energy of the new moon in order to create something or manifest something. We are just coming out of Capricorn season, which is very disciplined and very plannerson and detail-oriented and disciplined in that way, which is a great momentum moving forward into more airy Aquarius and just putting those inspirations, having the foundation of more of a structure in order to take those inspirations and creative ideas and desires and visions and actually putting them into place and putting them into play. Creating. That's really what the new moon is all about, is creating and envisioning, manifestations and what we want moving forward, whether that's just moving forward through to the end of today or the end of tomorrow, or the end of the week, or a 5-year plan, or whatever that is. Just accept yourself wherever you are and know that whatever goal you set for yourself is movement forward. It doesn't have to look the way that other people's movement forward looks. Your individual journey is really important to the world around you, and so acceptance is a really big part of manifestation. So, because right now, where you are right now is a manifestation by you of something that you set into motion, either yesterday or the day before or 10 years ago or whatever it was. And so the place where you are right now, if you can't accept the place where you are right now, you're not accepting and standing in the power of who you are as a manifester. You manifested right exactly where you are right now. You're watching this reading, you manifested this as part of something that you need in order to move forward. You have arrived right here, just as you set into motion however long ago that was. So whether you're doing it from a subconscious place or from a conscious place, the intention of this is doing it from a conscious place. So maybe the message for you is the reason that you ended up here, or the reason you are where you are right now, is because you have been manning from a subconscious place and giving your power away to these people over here, this situation over here, or past energies, past beliefs about yourself. And you were meant to learn that. So being in this moment and realizing that you have manifested everything around you, if it doesn't feel good to you, or if there is something more that you want from your life, then, when you're analyzing where you are right now, that's a good thing. That's a good thing because it gives you the inspiration to create in a more conscious way and in a new way and in an inspired way. And so many of you, it feels like, are really wanting to put the fire back in your life and consciously manifest from inspiration and real desire and freedom. So accepting where you are is really important. Let's look at that, create presence in our lives in order to envision what comes next. Okay? Where you are is so important. So the spread that I have here is from escapingstars.com. I just went online and searched New Moon in Aquarius tarot spreads, and so I'm going to go by this one. This one is a little bit of kind of what subconscious energies have been there. I've been manifesting maybe from a subconscious place, and so we're going to kind of bring to light a little bit what those subconscious energies are, and then I'm going to do an extended reading with this too, and I'm going to talk about what intentions we can set, having all of the information of and the understanding of, like, as an example, the first one here is, how are others' expectations of me affecting my goals? So how is the fact that I have been giving my power away to other people's opinions, or the way other people think that I should live my life, how has that been affecting what it is that I really want? Do I even know what I really want, or is it only that it's based off of what other people think? That is, man, if you're in that place right now, That's manifestation coming from a subconscious place. It's coming from old patterns, and it's coming from giving our power away to other people. It's a really beautiful thing to become aware of. That way we can consciously set intentions moving forward. And this one, just as an example, number 1 says, what intentions can I set to strengthen my practice? Okay, so this is really about growth. It feels like this reading is going to be about growth and consciously creating the life around you. Okay? All right. So the first card, how are others' expectations of me affecting my goals? And we have the 5 of Cups. Just feel the energy of that real quick, okay? Just feel the energy of that. How are others' expectations of me affecting my goals? It's like I can't live up to them. I'm constantly disappointed in myself because the way other people see me and want me to be feels so wrong. And I compare myself to them and to the world around me, and it doesn't suit me. It's not me. And it's just this constant state of lack and regret and remorse and disappointment. And so others' expectations of me just leave me feeling disappointed in myself. Because I've given my power away, really. Because I'm not focusing on what I really want. Now, others' expectations are also a mirror of the pressure that you put on yourself and the comparison that you do within your head. You see the way that her hand is on her head or his hand is on his head. Comparing yourself to other people as if someone else is the measure of success, or the person you thought you were going to be is the measure of your success, and if it doesn't look the way you thought it was going to look, it is disappointing to yourself. This feeling of disappointment is a mirror of you not being where you thought you were going to be. If you're in a place, though, of sadness, if you're in a place of sadness and regret, it's okay. It's okay. Again, you're in this place. You've manifested this place. Your higher self has manifested this place in order for you to learn confidence, trust, and calling back your power and faith. And it's almost as if they're going to give you proof. They want you to test it out. Remove all expectations. Remove any expectations at all. Don't expect anything. Just allow yourself to desire it. I want that. I don't expect. I just know. I just know because of my desires that however that looks, however that comes to me, the energy of it is what I'm meant to experience. So if I'm experiencing this lower vibration right now, it's meant to show me something. It's meant to show me the depth of my power and how I'm able to rise from the ashes. How are we supposed to understand the resonance of having achieved something from nothing, or experiencing the glory of the climb, if we were never down in the dumps in the first place? For some of you, this is your dumps, where you're dumping off the things in your life that just don't serve you anymore. And we're getting ready to go through really big change, conscious change. Okay, these are things that we're creating for ourselves. And we have to release all of the old patterns that stop the momentum of that result in us manifesting according to other people's expectations and not our own desires. Okay? Where do I need to build boundaries in order to protect my energies? I just heard that no two awakenings are alike. Your wings are individual to yours. It's almost like a snowflake, and no two snowflakes are the same. No set of wings is exactly the same. And so your awakening is going to look different than anyone else's. And it's so important that it does. The experience of that, the things that you go through in your awakening, the realization of who you are and that whole process is so important to you. So just know that your process is your process. Your speed is your speed. You get to decide for yourself what your life is going to look like. So in order to protect your energy, just know that the way that your process looks is individual to you and is very, very important. Stop comparing. Stop comparing and stop accepting anything less than what feels good and true to you. What feels true to you? What feels good in your stomach? Stop betraying yourself. There's a part of you also that at times goes through multiple awakenings. And it's very raw. It's very delicate. There are some times in your life where your energy is very delicate, and you have to give yourself the space and the grace to recover or to build yourself up in a way that's true to you. And sometimes that means sheltering yourself from other people, sheltering yourself from other people's pain or other people's desire to move forward really quickly or whatever it is. If you're going through the process of rebirth, which is happening right now, so many people are going through rebirth. And because big change is coming, like you're going to wake up in 3 months and your whole life is going to be changed. And this process right now of accepting the fact that you maybe are grieving a loss or have started to see people in your life or situations in your life or a job just not working out or moving away from your field, knowing that it's really a hard process to go through when that happens. You're dealing with the death of an energy that was reflecting an old part of you that just doesn't quite fit anymore. And so you have to let yourself, like I said, accept yourself where you are and let yourself go through the grieving process because it's part of that rebirth. When you are burned down to a rubble of ashes, there's something that's reborn from that, but we have to give it the time to reignite again. Okay? For some of you, you're in the ashes right now, just waiting for that spark, just waiting for that spark. And until you get to that point, don't push yourself. Be easy on yourself. Okay? And if there are others around you that are being tougher on you or are not being compassionate or are not sensitive to or understanding of the process that you're in right now, it's okay to take a step back and create boundaries around, I have to do what I have to do to protect myself. Protect your growth. Just know that you're in a process of immense growth right now, okay? This awakening is the number 20 card, but it's also 1010. If you guys know me, I just love the number 1010. Massive change, massive change. So creating boundaries. Where do I need to build boundaries in order to protect my energies? This is the rebirth. You could be birthing the repeat of the karmic cycle. You could be allowing in the repeat of a karmic cycle, but you have the desire, the real desire, not to do that anymore. We want something different for our lives. It's time for that change. And so we need to build the boundaries around old patterns and habits and behaviors of us and other people that want to push themselves back in order to feel safe or hold on tight to the past. We need to build boundaries for ourselves and just say, no, I'm not doing that anymore. No, I'm not going to act that way anymore. I'm always going to come from a place of compassion and love for myself. I'm not going to betray myself anymore, which also results in not betraying other people anymore. But it does mean creating boundaries around old patterns, old ways of being, old things coming back through this new portal that's being created with this awakening. Okay? What can I lay to rest in order to birth a new level of awareness? Ace of Swords. Always being right, I just heard very clearly. Always being right. Being open to a new perspective. The more that you emerge, the more that similar vibrations to this new you are going to start showing up. But it's new, it's all new. And so keeping yourself open to some of those things are going to look similar to patterns in the past. You're going to know that it's something that you need to consider. It's a perspective that you need to consider because of the way that it feels. Sometimes you're going to be scared, but just know that your boundaries are in place, and anything new that comes in is something that it's okay to open yourself up to. It's a new way of doing. It's a new way of being. It's something that feels good, scary, good and scary, sometimes just scary, but you keep being drawn to it. What can I lay rest to in order to birth a new level of awareness? I'm also seeing monkey mind, overthinking. It really is more about feeling. It's about allowing in the feminine energy, putting down your defenses. There's a big difference between being defensive and having boundaries. Sometimes needing to be right all the time, or needing someone else to accept your opinion in order for you to feel valid. Having to argue your case, having to feel accepted in some sort of way. It's all your mind trying to take over. But like being ruled by the mind. This card is saying being ruled by the mind. And they're asking you to really sink down into your heart in order to bring in a new level of awareness. This is about thinking with your heart, thinking through your feelings, feeling things out. And turning your brain off. All right, what grounding methods can I use in order to manifest my intentions? Seven of Cups. So you can see her feet. It's interesting because her feet are not on the ground. Her head is in the clouds. They're very dark and stormy clouds, it looks like. So what this is telling me is, the question is, what grounding methods can I use in order to manifest my intention? Some of you are not meditating enough. Some of you are not connecting with the higher realms or spirit enough, that you're too not grounded right now, but too in the physical, too in the 3D, and not enough in your spiritual self. Meditating, breath work, they're showing me just like overthinking. It's overthinking, so calming the mind. This is also showing me that, so some of you are too much in the physical and not enough meditation, and for some of you it's the opposite, where what they're asking you to do in order to ground is to, because you're floating up off the ground in this way, is to really physically ground yourself and to do more physical things, more movement, more moving your body, more being out in nature. And so I hear being out in the sun too, like there's all this storminess and things going on up in the clouds. So giving yourself, so that's another thing too, is like giving it, Seven of Cups is about options. It's about really looking at all of your options and trying something new, trying new grounding methods. And that may be part of what is coming into your field too, are these new ideas and new perspectives on, and new modalities, different ways of grounding yourself, and different perspectives from people who have different energetic practices. So maybe this person over here does yoga, and you've never tried yoga before, it never appealed to you before, but now it's something that someone has suggested to you, and there's something in it that feels like, oh, I need to try something different, and okay, I'm gonna try out that option. Keeping your options open. For some of you, it's like talk therapy. Some of you are not really expressors. You're not used to expressing your emotions, or you're not used to talking things through, and that may actually be a very grounding thing for this new version of you, because now coming into Aquarius, there's this new airy energy. There's, it's an air sign. Expression, a certain kind of expression, is actually going to be very grounding for you, because then it helps to get you out of your head. It takes those thoughts and grounds them out of your head. It could be building your intuition in some sort of way. It could be reading cards, and that's like the expression of it, or making videos, or just as an example, right? So looking at all of your options. So there's many, many different kinds of grounding techniques. For a lot of you, it's breath work too. So looking into different techniques of breath work to help manifest your intentions. Okay? How can I help bring balance to the world around me? Five of Pentacles. This is like what the world around me the world out there kind of looks like right now, like lack and being left out in the cold, being forgotten. How can I help bring the balance to the world around me? Even if you reach out to just one person, giving is a really amazing way to we're setting intentions and trying to set ourselves up for receiving, getting ourselves into the receiving mode, but part of getting into the receiving mode is giving as well, because there's so many of us are healers and light workers, and in either way, we're set up to be of service to our people, to connect really in a compassionate, heart-centered way with people around us. Give a little bit of yourself. Share your story. That may be another, it's connected to this card right here. So that may be another one of the things that you can do to help others, is to start sharing yourself. It's going to be really grounding to start sharing your story, or start sharing your truth, or start sharing your gifts, in order to help other people not feel so alone, to connect with them, and all of them, to create resonance, to tune into that resonance, because the resonance is there. That's really going to help to create a receiving mode for the world around us too, and not a resistant, fear-filled, lack world that's going on right now, right? So many people are in fear and in lack because of so many things going on. So sharing yourself, that's what I see. Offering your services, really putting yourself out there. Supporting others, finding your tribe, allowing yourself to really feel. Allowing yourself to really feel and connect with others, connect in your heart, and tune into compassion. taking up for others. That's what I hear. Just know that you're protected. Just know that you're safe in all of that. What during this new moon will help me reclaim my lost power? Two of Swords. Wow. What during this new moon will help me reclaim my lost power? Two of Swords really is about difficulty in making a decision. Not knowing which way to turn, not knowing which path to take, which face do I put on. It's like showing up as you are, showing up as you are. What during this new moon will help me reclaim my lost power? So not being able to make a decision is this, it creates fear, the fear of not knowing, not having clarity, not being able to decide, not being able to know. Swords are all about thoughts and about knowing, and just know that the things that are going to help to manifest in this new moon right now, and for you to dig into the depth of your own power, is to know that you're not supposed to know right now, that you don't need to know, that you don't need to think things through, that you're not supposed to know right now. All you're supposed to do is feel. You're just supposed to feel and show up as you are. That's how you reclaim your power, because that's where faith is. Lean into your heart, not your mind, your heart, and reclaim the power of the frequency of that. You're not supposed to know right now. You're not supposed to have clarity for what's coming next. You're supposed to, because that essentially is giving our power away, saying, could you tell me what's, like a power outside of ourselves, waiting for the answers about what that is and what our next steps are, and getting clarity on anything, puts the power outside of ourselves, because the power of knowing is inside of you. You're not supposed to know right now in your brain. Spirit is testing you to dig deep inside of you and just sit still and accept yourself where you are and listen for the answers in that space, because that's how you create. That's how you call back your power and create and manifest from a place of, I'm not waiting to be shown what's coming next or what's going to happen. I'm sitting right here in this space and feeling into where I am, and I'm creating what's coming next for me. That's how you call your power back. So if you're feeling lost, it's exactly where you need to be right now to learn something about you and your power and the places in your life where you haven't taken control and you haven't manifested from a conscious place. It's been all subconscious. Now it's time to create conscious life, conscious creations, and move forward with intention and knowing and faith and desire. You're really leaning into your desire. If you don't know, part of the reason why there's no clarity or it's hard to make a decision right now is because you haven't set intentions or felt into what it is that you want. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your relationships to feel like? What do you want your work life to be like? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? If you don't know, your vibration is all wishy-washy, and you're just going to get the energy of more I don't know and uncertainty and imbalance. Right? So being where you are right now is showing you that I need to be clearer, and I really need to tune into what makes me feel good and what kind of life I would like. So with the new moon, it's the perfect time to write those intentions down, to be consciously envisioning what I want it to look like. So what do I want? And if the scope of that feels scary because you're not used to taking that power back and taking charge of your life in that way, just start with today. What do I want the rest of my life, the rest of my day to look like? It's like segment intending, if you ever listen to Abraham Hicks, segment intending. So for this next segment of my day, I want it to look like this or to feel like this. and send that energy forward with the knowing that I'm consciously creating the rest of that. And then I'm going to seek to be the vibration of that for the rest of the day, right? And it lets you off the hook for feeling the pressure or fear of having to maintain that or do that for the rest of the week or the rest of the year or whatever it is. And then it's like baby steps, just baby steps. Just do the next right thing, which might be the rest of the day. And then tomorrow morning, wake up and set your intention for this time until 2 o'clock or 2 o'clock until 8 o'clock or whatever it is. Or depending on how comfortable you are for the rest of the week. But your process is your process. So, but intentionally set those feelings and intend your next segment of time that you're comfortable with. And that's how you get a little clearer. That's how you get it clearer. Because I know that my energy affects everything. My energy creates my life. So if I'm in an energy of uncertainty, that's what I'm going to be focused on, is all the areas in my life that feel uncertain or mirror that uncertainty. Right? And right now, and I was thinking, all I want is to have just happiness and laughter and kind of acceptance and friends mirrored to me, and I just hear my kids out there in the other room playing with each other and laughing with each other and feeling of sisterhood. So for the next segment of my day, I would just like to elicit the energy and set forth the energy of sisterhood. So, maybe that means that my friends are calling me or I'm connecting with them, and I just connected with another one of my soul sisters earlier just to kind of help me with some of this energy in order to be able to pass on this message. And it was really beautiful, and I intend that for the rest of the day too, to anchor all of that, right? All right, so I hope that was helpful for you guys. I'm going to look at what's on the bottom of the deck here. The Hermit, but it was actually in reverse, and I didn't take any reversals for any of the other ones. So, but this one feels like there's, it's like a blockage to being in hermit mode or to going within. There's a little bit of a fear of going within because of the power that's in there. Some of you are a little bit nervous about accessing the depth of your power to create, because some of the situations, if you look at your past and the situations that you created, it feels really uncomfortable that you created from a subconscious place, and I don't want to create even more of that. And that really is just motivation for you to be able to start consciously creating more of a percentage of your life. Don't be afraid of the subconscious manifestations. Just know that they're there to show you the contrast and to show you those old patterns trying to creep in, that so that you can tune into your power and your resolve to say, no, that's not what I would consciously create for myself. And so I know that that's not coming from my consciousness. That's coming from subconscious. I'm not going to allow those new patterns in anymore, kind of like this one we were talking about. So it's there to help you. You're always learning. You're always going to be a student of all of this. So allow yourself to learn and to feel those things and to feel how uncomfortable it is to be in a certain situation or to feel certain things, and accept yourself there, because it's really important to what you're learning and what you're creating for your life. Okay? Don't be afraid to go within and feel whatever it is that's there. It's lovely, even if it doesn't feel that way at the time. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go on and do an extended reading. We're going to get some more advice on what intentions can I set to strengthen my practice. What intentions can I set to strengthen my spirit? What intentions can I set to strengthen my creativity? And there's a couple more on there. So if you want to go on with me, the link for that is down in the box below. And if you're stopping here and you guys need some help with all of this, if you want to really figure out how to dig into the space or to feel safe and secure and grounded in this new awakening that you have going on in this next phase of your life, book a session with me. All the information for that is down in the box below. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. And I'll talk to you soon.